Hey Pisces, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you, asking what's coming towards you at the time of viewing this. Only take what resonates, take what empowers you, leave the rest. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Pisces and cross watchers to pray for you, simply say hello, leave a comment, an emoji, whatever you feel like in the comment section. And that gives us kind of a pathway to you. I seal this whole area with my intention of love and light only positive is allowed in here. And let's get into it. We have, oh, this is such an interesting one. We have the message of control. Why worry? It's very it's basically saying, have faith, Pisces, do nothing. And so there's a hand gesture that represents each one of these messages. And this is the hand gesture. And do it right now if you can. Don't do it if you're driving, please. It feels kind of weird. It does. It feels kind of like, at least to me, and maybe it's a reflection of my own issues. But I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And so you're open, you're being open. It's like, relax, just have faith. Let things come to you. And the mantra says, I am full of confidence, for in the end, good prevails. So it's kind of like, trust the process, Pisces. Taking good care and precautions is good. But too much worry is harmful, Pisces. All of us at some point or another indulge in worrying and even pandering to our worries. Mark Twain even recommended taking a broom and sweeping, I love this, taking a broom and sweeping these habits out the door and down the steps thoroughly, one step at a time. And if necessary, not just once, but several times, Pisces, because these tend to find their way back in through the door. So sweep those worries away, my loves. Let's just get right into tarot. It's coming towards my Pisces. I love that. I'm just like, I'm a Pisces. Yay, you're saying we don't have to worry about anything? We have to confer with our third eye about anything? Is this okay? Does this feel all right? Where are we going here? Let's get all the cards. These all came out together. We're going to read them that way. Nice. Oh my God, I love this. 10 of Cups, the Emperor card. I am getting excited. This is going to be an extended for anybody who likes to jump into much longer readings with advice. I think usually they usually kind of add up to a little under an hour after all is said and done. But if you don't want to go to the extended, you don't have to. That will be a link in the description box below. We start with the Hermit upside down. I want to get clarity on all of these, but I'm going to run through the cards and just the general meanings, and then we'll unpack them. The Hermit card upside down is coming out of a quiet place of retreat. Now, some of you guys have been in this place for a while. So you might be finding yourself getting more extroverted, whether you like it or not, being pulled into the center of attention or into the limelight a little bit. I say whether you like it or not, because I know there's a lot of Pisces that are introverts out there, but I think there's a lot of ambiverts as well. So you just kind of rest up, get all that energy by yourself, and then let yourself be pulled out into the limelight. We've got the Death card. Something is going away to make room for something new, because the Death card is also a rebirth. The Page of Cups, we're definitely going to have to unpack because this is magical energy. This is definitely Piscean, go with the flow. This is connecting to your heart space. It's something delightful where you least expect to find it. 3 of Cups could be celebrations, could be gatherings with friends. We have the Emperor, which for you, Pisces, makes me very excited because it feels very good in the placement of this reading. It feels like you are taking control of your life in a very brand new way. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is, oh, beautiful. 10 of Cups is where we all want to go in our relationships, in our families. It's alignment, harmony, and all of our connections. And then we have this chunk of cards that flew out together. And this is hard work and determination is bringing towards you something that you've wanted for a long time. The Ace of Cups, again, it's connecting to your heart space. This could be a relationship. This could be a love. But this could also, if it's not an actual person, this could actually be something creative, a creative endeavor. And it's going to basically be the catalyst of closing an older chapter. And this chapter was exhausting. It came with a sense of duty, like, let's get through this. There's a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I think that there's a self-respect attached to this, not flaking. There's a whole process to this whole journey. It's like it ain't over till the fat lady sings, as they say. And so this is going to mark the end of that old chapter. Stoicism, that's the word. There's a bit of a stoic vibe to this. Like, we'll get through it. The light is at the end of the tunnel. We're almost there. I said I'd carry these sticks. I'm going to. So you're at this place where some of you guys have been so used to carrying this extra worry or extra burden that it's going to feel weird, like it's too light. It's too light. Kind of like I feel weird when I do this. Like, well, what am I holding? I'm waiting for something to land in my hands. Like there's a certain amount of self-preservation attached to it. And it's saying, hey, relax. You've actually earned this. You did your time. So let's unpack these now. Hermit card, coming out of that quiet place we were talking about. Six of Cups. There's a nostalgic energy to the Six of Cups. This could be somebody coming towards you. Could be a fire sign. Doesn't have to be. But this is somebody who, with the Page of Wands, keep an open mind. Somebody is approaching you, most likely with an idea or an offer. And if there's any doubt that you may be the right person for the job, I just got this picture in my mind of like the searching spotlight, and it lands on you and the audience. In a sea of many, many people, it lands on you, that perfect circle of light. And you're like, who, me? Yeah. So if there's any doubt that you are the right person for this, you can shake that off because you're perfect. The Queen of Wands does not waste their time on anybody they don't think is perfect for the role, because the Queen of Wands likes shit the way they like it. They like nice things. They run by their instincts. They don't wibble wobble on their decision making. This is somebody who carries a certain amount of confidence in their lives. And even if they're not actually confident on the inside, they're not going to ever let anybody see that. This is the type of person that is coming through. Now, for some of you guys, this is not somebody coming towards you. This is you embodying this energy. Because when you go out into the spotlight, or you are being called upon to be a source of expertise and confidence, you are stepping up to the plate. And it's all kind of connecting to this, keep an open mind. Some of you guys might be connecting with people from your childhood, people that you've known for a long time. I just have to throw that out there. What's this Death card? What's leaving the picture? What is leaving the picture for my Pisces? A cloudy place, Two of Pentacles. Wow, holy heck. You are going to be very clear on what your goals are, on what your purpose is. It's like you're getting a calling to live up to your purpose. You've always known that you wanted to live this life. You've always wanted, whether or not it's a location or a career, a job or a person, you're getting an opportunity to let go of something that actually was not a fit. Maybe it was really important. You had those experiences and it built who you are, or a certain set of muscles that needed it, but you're leaving a place of cloudiness, of maybe indirection. Maybe there's been contradictions, like you've always known that you wanted to face this direction, or that you liked this group of people, but life just kept on throwing you left turns, and so you just went with it. And then you found yourself in a life that you're like, there's aspects of this that really don't fit me. Like, why do I have a friend group that I have nothing in common with? Pisces, of all the zodiac signs, you're the most likely to have friends that you don't even like. I don't know if I even like these guys. But like Pisces, you're just so open. And I love that about Pisces is I know that Pisces can be judgmental like anybody else, but they don't judge in the same way, at least not as quick. So Pisces, you can find, because you are open-hearted and you're open-minded quite a bit. I mean, we're stereotyping here, but you're all about that flow. So you can find yourself way down the beach and be like, well, I don't know, the current took me here. Why would I fight the current? That's ridiculous, So you're actually getting an opportunity to throw out that stretch of beach. Let's stick with it. We got ourselves buried in another metaphor. You're getting an opportunity to realize that you can actually swim to shore and just walk wherever the fuck you want. Excuse my language. With this death card, you're getting an opportunity to choose where you want. And that's what the Judgment is all about. If you look at this card, it's all these naked dead people coming up out of the grave. They're answering the call of this trumpet, this angel calling them out. It's this resurrection, it's hope, but it's also like, hey, are you up for the task? Are you up for this adventure, this journey? And you're going to know because you'll be able to feel it in your chest. Maybe you'll get some butterflies in your stomach. But you'll also know because it's not going to leave you. It's going to ruminate. You're going to think about it. It's going to pop back up in your mind. So then we reach the Page of Cups. With a fresh deck of cards, let's ask about this Page of Cups because this has got some sparkle to it. Emperor card again. Judgment card again. Intuition, King of Rods. What it feels like is there's this real, I love this contradiction. We just talked about you don't always have to go with where the current is pushing you. Sometimes it pushes you into a life you no longer recognize. You're realizing with the Judgment card that you can swim ashore and walk wherever the F you want. But it's almost like the flow is shaking hands with determination to go where you want. And it's specifically where your emotions lie, with maybe a matter of the heart, maybe where you can get stuck sometimes in the disappointment and sadness that you've felt recently, maybe with a breakup or with other people in your life. Maybe it could be family members. And you're realizing that you no longer are going to give it your energy. You can actually choose a completely different path. You don't need to, I don't want to use the words like you don't use people or experiences as your excuse. That doesn't feel quite nice. I don't like that. But you're being empowered basically with a new vision of where you want to go. And you're realizing, I don't have to wait around for the current to change. I don't have to wait for the current to change. I respect flow, but I can simply walk down to a different patch of beach and jump in the water there. And if I want to flow from there, the current will take me exactly where I want. So there is this shaking hands of determination with which direction you want to go in, and then letting it flow too. Because if you get too rigid with either one, if you let yourself flow too much, Pisces, you're going to end up in Timbuktu. You're going to end up in a very different land. So you can't be complacent and just be like, that's where life took me. But you also can't be so rigid with the Emperor card keep on popping up in your reading. You can't be so rigid because then it's going to break you, right? It'll snap you in half. So there's this real beautiful balance you're finding between the two. Hey, why worry? Look at this. This is such a funny contradiction. If you can read it, it says control. I know most of you guys can't. It says control above, and then it says, why worry? That is a contradiction, my friends. Control. Why worry? Anyway, so Three of Cups. Why do we have these people coming into the picture here from my Pisces? Coming out of any kind of conflict, you're realizing, no, but so in regards to friends or you've got this, it could be a third party situation. There's a transformation happening here and it feels very peaceful. It's got that why worry feeling to it. It's coming out of conflict because it's like, you know what? People are just going to be people. It's got that feeling of, I'm not going to get so wrapped up in this. There's this is really interesting because this is something outside of you. So far your reading has all been about like very much internal Pisces, state of mind, perspective. This is outside of you. Information is going to be coming towards you in light of a situation that involves your social life or a third party. It's going to kick you out of a conflict of some sort, and it's going to move things, it's going to develop things into a solid direction. Three of Cups again. Wow. This is where you shine as a leader. There's other people who have been watching you. You're the perfect person to take the reins in this situation. Other people, you are dealing with a situation that could blow up if it was dealt with the wrong way. But you are taking control of a situation that involves others, that feels very calm, collected, and unique to you, Pisces, because there's a certain amount of not fighting it. Sorry for the drill in the background. It's not drill. It's like, I don't know, one of those saws. Handsaw? I don't know. Very bad at that sort of stuff. I had somebody else do all my woodworking in school. We had woodworking. Yeah. Richie always had to do all my woodworking. Bless his heart. He was a Virgo. They're always happy to help. All right. So 10 of Cups. Don't lie to yourself, Pisces. Don't try to settle. Don't try to settle with what you've been given in life. Well, who happened to be there? Or, if you're not happy with your community or the place that you live, if you feel like it doesn't fit you, and it maybe never did, here's your chance. Here's your sign. You can design your life the way you want, and you can flow with it too. So let's just jump down actual example land. Like, let's say you find yourself in a town you really don't like. You're like, I've gone out there and I've searched for friends, and there's a culture here that I don't see eye to eye with. I've done as far as I'm willing to do. Cool. Spin the globe, blindly hit a spot on the map, or maybe you know exactly where you've always wanted to go. That is the part where you take control, right? That would be the part of the Emperor. But then when you get there with your bags packed, then you can let flow take over, right? So you're neither super rigid or super flowy. You don't just accept what's landed in your lap because the current, So that's what I think the people around you, or what you've been trying to convince yourself to believe in, is that this card is actually where your happy life is. But when we ask about that, it's actually trickster energy, which is like, this is illusion. And there's no healing that's going to happen here because it's compounding any issues. You're not working on any issues. You're not working out what you really want. And then we've got the Empress, which is upside down. So you're blocking this, what can be very abundant. You're blocking flow, blocking with a false illusion here. And so I don't think that is actually where this reading is all building up to. It's just a side note. And then we reach this beautiful message through hard work. We've got a beautiful, you're going to get some sort of beautiful reward here, either a relationship that you'd always hoped for because you took control of a situation and then let it flow from there, or this is an opportunity that is creative or feeds your sense of purpose. And you're going to look back at this like, man, I really did my time. I really went maybe the wrong direction down the beach for a bit, but it's not all a waste. It's like you learned a lot more about what you don't want. Let's get a little bit more about that. Anything else we need to know about this? King of Cups, you're going to feel so you're coming back to yourself. You're coming back to yourself, Pisces. It's not what they want. It's what you want. And we have this brand new journey, the Fool card. I love that. And I will, at this point, I'm going to go to the extended. You're on an exciting journey. I adore you. Thank you for joining me. I hope that was helpful. And I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.